Welcome back to North Dakota Today. Today on Kids Connection, we're going to talk about something called phonological awareness. And Jorden Beckman joins me from Red Door Pediatric Therapy to discuss what it is and why it's important, especially in preschoolers. Good morning to you, Jorden, and welcome back.
Thanks. Good morning.
Let's start by just doing an explanation. What is phonological awareness?
Yeah, phonological awareness are skills that help kids with reading and writing. It's really being able to recognize and play with sounds in language. It's a group of skills that involves ability to rhyme, split apart, and put syllables back together, count syllables, and then understanding that repetition of sounds and awareness of sounds and words.
What do you mean by taking syllables apart and putting them back together? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, so in a word, there are syllables. And so, you can have a single syllable word like cat, and you can have a 3-syllable word like computer. And being able to understand and recognize the ability to split those apart and blend them back together is important for reading. So if you're working on computer, there would be 3 syllables in that word.
Okay, so almost making it a game like that, like you just did, computer. Now work with me on this, you would say to the preschooler, and count syllables, whether it be cat or Jorden or whatever it is. So I would think that by making it a game, you could really get the kids interested in doing this.
Yes, for sure. And some kiddos, clapping's not motivating. You have some that have more energy than others and things that are more motivating. So you can have them jump, you could have them stomp, you could have them clap, you could give them like Legos to like tap on the table, just different things to make it more fun.
What do you mean by segmenting?
So segmenting is the splitting apart. So we talked about blending together. So segmenting would be splitting apart the word. So if we take elephant, we could split it into fint, right? So then if you said elephant without the L, it would be a fint. And so that's where sometimes that manipulation tool would be great, like Legos or blocks, so they could see it all together and then they take one away. So what do they have left?
Gotcha. All right, now we've talked about a couple of things already, whether it be clapping, jumping, stomping, or whatever. But what are some other exercises that maybe parents or grandparents can do with their preschooler to work on these issues?
Anything really that has rhythm or rhyming or repetition is really, really great for these skills. Things like nursery rhymes that you start out when they're little, things like singing songs and reading books. Lots of books, especially Cat in the Hat books, you think have those ending words that rhyme, and you can talk about how they sound the same, they have the same ending, and coming up with different words like that.
Okay, what do you mean by sound discrimination? That's one of the bullet points that you have on the material that you gave us. What does that entail?
Yeah, so it's really being aware of the sounds in the word. So you have, maybe you're talking about the B. Well, B says B. So let's think of all the things we can that start with the B sound. So you could cut out pictures in a magazine and maybe paste all the ones that have the B sound on a piece of paper. Or you could play like, let's buy things that start with B. I see a ball. I see a bat. Different things like that would be that sound awareness, but also knowing where they are within the word is important. So some sounds are at the beginning and some sounds are at the end and some sounds are in the middle. And so being able to identify, where's the B in bat? It's at the beginning.
So that would be what you consider as sound position, correct? Tell me where the K is in cat, and the child will say it's at the beginning, and like you say, the T sound, you work it so that they can identify that comes at the end. Why is that important?
Really for reading and being able, that sound letter discrimination, but being able to all of those skills combine in the ability to read. So you take your ability to blend the sound, recognize the sound position, and then put it all together quickly to be able to read the word.
If a child is struggling in these areas, at what age does it maybe start to show itself that maybe that's an area that needs a little work?
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, you're really going to notice it when they first start learning to read because those skills are going to be more difficult. But phonological awareness is something that can just be fun and start early so that once they get to that point, it's not going to be as difficult. So if you've started to work on these fun language activities before they get to that school age point, they're going to have a better understanding of those rules.
Okay, we're down to about 30 seconds here, but let me ask you this, Jorden. For the most part, do children like working with rhymes? Do they like having words that rhyme with each other?
Yeah, it's really fun for them, and they start to pick up on that love, like, oh, they sound the same, and just coming up with things and playing, and you can use things that aren't even real words to be fun.
Yeah, I'll bet. All right, Jorden, tell us where we can find Red Door Pediatric Therapy.
We have offices in Minot, Bismarck, Grand Forks, and Beulah, and you can give us a call at 701-222-3175.
Sounds wonderful. Jorden Beckman from Red Door Pediatric Therapy here this morning so that we can talk about phonological awareness. Interesting subject. It was something that I didn't even realize was a thing until we had this opportunity to talk. Appreciate it. Thanks, Jorden.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back. We've got more coming up on North Dakota Today right after this.